Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and welcome girl if you are new here. Who wants to come to the camera looking like this? This is the first thing y'all see. I look crazy, but first thing first, hold on. I just want to say, is the TV in the back? If y'all hear it, I'm sorry. My Nana is hard of hearing, so I'm not about to make her turn down her TV just because I'm recording. So if y'all hear Fox 4 News in the back, please don't mind it, but y'all probably won't be able to hear it since I'll have music in the back. Let me push back these edges. As y'all see, they're everywhere. Now I'm using my janky blow dryer because my mom doesn't want me using her blow dryer for some reason. She's being stingy and selfish. So we're using this janky one that doesn't really have settings. It does, but they don't work. So whatever setting it is, I don't know if it's going to be hot, cold, medium. Just know it's going to get dry. And now that we are slicked back, I'm going to take my wig cap, cut our ear tabs. Now I'm going to take my Got2b glue spray and do 2 layers of this. I'm going to blow dry the first one, then we're going to blow dry the second one, then boom, we're done. I'm going to take this brush and the leftover amounts that I used to tint my lace of this Ruby Kiss cream foundation in RD 15. Okay, so this right here. Now that we are bald, I'm going to take this wig, show you guys what we are working with for today. So this is the hair. It is not washed, this is straight out the pack, besides the fact that I did bleach these knots and just rinsed out the bleach. So I didn't actually wash the hair, so that's why this part of the hair in the front is puffy and a little bit, it's still kind of wet, but not really. Nevertheless, this is the inside of the wig. So I did tint the lace, and then it has 1, 2, 3, 4 combs in the back, in the inside, with this, which we always cut off. And then yeah, this is the construction of the wig and the amount of parting space. As you can see, I did pluck this wig. I didn't necessarily have to at all because it did come pre-plucked, but I did pluck the side where, because we're doing a swoop, right? So I did pluck this side, you know, where the baby hairs are going to be, and I didn't pluck the front or the other side, which you guys will notice how it is pre-plucked. Let's place this on our head. This is the hairline that was pre-plucked. I'm gonna cut off the ear tabs now. Now Now that that is done, I'm going to take my hot comb, just run that through this hair before I get the glue. Now I'm going to take my 70% isopropyl alcohol, removing all oils, dirts, makeup, so that the lace can melt seamlessly. Now I'm going to take my skin protectant. This is my first time trying this. This is by the same brand of the glue, Beautiful Hustler. And I'm going to blow dry this. Now that that is done, I'm going to take my Beautiful Hustler lace melts glue and apply that around the perimeter of my hairline. And I'm going to do 5 layers. Might not look that dry to you, but it definitely is tacky. It's just around my bald cap, but I'm going to go ahead and melt this lace into this glue. Now that that is into our skin, using a fine tooth comb along with the blow dryer helps further melt the lace into the skin. That fine tooth comb is really helping with the hairline and getting it nice and seamless. I'm also going to be taking this Chai hair protector. I don't know how to pronounce it, just know it's the brand CHI in that big red bottle, and I'm taking my hot comb to further press out this hair. So pressing out the hair when it comes to this swoop bang style is very important because it gets everything nice and flat. Now I'm plucking the part to make it look more natural. This part isn't necessary, but it is all about preference, and I prefer my parts to look a little bit more natural. I'm taking that Chi product again along with a fine tooth comb and my flat iron. Like I said before at the beginning of this video, that this front part of the hair was a little bit more poofy because I did rinse the hair out and get it wet from bleaching the knots. And I'm also going to be taking my hot comb to further press out this hair. I'm using my hot comb a whole lot in this tutorial because y'all, it needs to be flat. So now I'm just cutting off the lace. After cutting off the lace with the razor, I like to take my scissors and cut off any excess lace that is left over. Any part of the lace that doesn't have hair on it is considered excess and you don't need it. After the first step of melting the lace, it is completely normal to have pieces of lace still sticking up. So what you want to do is take a little bit of that glue, whatever you use to melt it, and blow dry that on warm, cool, whatever temperature you prefer. It really honestly doesn't matter. But to further melt this lace, I'm going to take my Got To Be glue spray as well and blow dry that as well. Now that I have the part in place for the swoop, I'm going to take the section for the swoop out and clip it back so that I can do the side burn for this side of the hair. I like to go in and take a small flat iron to press out the hair. It just gives the baby hairs a more natural look. This is a new technique that I'm doing and that I am sticking to. I'm also going to be taking my Got To Be Glue gel, which I always use, my holy grail. Highly recommend if you want your edges to last long. I cut the baby hairs as I go, especially the sideburns. Well, really all the baby hairs that I do. It's just more convenient because when you cut them too short, it's no going back. But when you cut them too long, you can always go back and customize it. I'm also plucking the part a little bit more just to give it a more of like a side part and not a regular part going into a swoop, if that makes sense. I don't know, but I'm taking a thin layer of baby hairs. I wanted the baby hairs to look thin but still very much dramatic because that is the new look and I love it. So I'm pushing back this hairline with my hot comb, and then I'm going to get into shaving off these hairs. The key to achieving a soft baby hair is one, taking a thin layer as I did, as you guys seen, and using everything to your advantage. As you can see, I'm using my pinky finger to really mold the hair together, and I'm using a C kind of swoop motion. Like I'm pushing the hair towards my face instead of away from my face, if that makes sense. And I just repeatedly do this, and I like to take my Got To Be Glue gel as well around the hairline. Okay, I'm blow drying it now. On to the next step. I'm moving fast, but you guys see what I'm doing. Like, you guys have to understand. You have to take your time with the baby hairs. Like, oh, and when it comes to the C swoop, like on the middle part of the edges, I like to use the end of the edge brush, which is very, very, very convenient because it really molds everything in place. I use it as like a tool. Like, y'all, this is art for real, but yeah, so on to the last section of the baby hairs, the sideburns. I take a slightly more thicker piece for the sideburns just because I prefer that look. It looks very, I don't know, dramatic, but still very soft and natural at the same time. So I'm curling those, and I'm going to repeat the same process, which is molding the hairs, basically using my fingers, the edge brush, and the end of the brush as well, cutting those baby hairs off that are not needed anymore. Now time for the swoop. So I'm going to be doing it in two sections. I really like doing this method. I got it from I Am Beautiful Hustler. As you guys can see, I love her and her brand and all of her tutorials. Shout out to her. But yeah, so I'm going to be using two sections as well as a fine tooth comb, and I'm using the comb to actually smooth out the hair with the side and actually combing it out. And I'm repeating this process and also tucking the hair behind my ear to help get it molded. So key things to know when achieving this swoop is that it is very, very important to use your hand, a fine tooth comb, a blow dryer, and a nice molding spray. The two sprays that I like to use is Got To Be Glue spray in the Insta Hold and the original yellow can, which is the freeze spray. I'm using the palm of my hand and my hand period to help smooth out the hair and mold it into place. Also, I want to mention that combing out the hair and getting it in the direction that you want it is important with this as well. So it's really a repetitive process, but if you want to achieve a nice swoop that is like super flat, you have to do these steps repeatedly. It took a lot of, it's very tedious. I should just say it's very tedious, but the end result is always worth it. So as you can see, I'm just repeating these steps, really using my comb to my advantage, using all parts of it. As you can see, I'm using the edges of the teeth to kind of make it I don't know, like slanted, get it nice and slanted. I'm taking a bobby, oh wait, no, I'm not taking a bobby pin yet. I just used my Got To Be Glued gel in black to help smooth it out as well, even further, and make it molded behind my ear. Blow drying that, and now I'm taking my bobby pin to place everything into place. To make this frontal lay even more flat on my head, I'm using my Luster's Nutrient Slick Stick, and I'm using my fingers to smooth that out all around, and then further smoothing that out and pressing that oil out with my hot comb. So now on to the layers. I'm using this I don't know what to call this tool, but y'all know what this is, and I know y'all seen it in the hair store. I really don't even know what it is. Just know that it creates layers. As you can see, I'm really just freestyling it, like nothing too serious. It's really self-explanatory what I'm doing, like taking it in a gradient effect with the layers. And then I'm going to use my cheese spray all around the hair to ensure that this flat iron really presses out this hair. I'm going to brush that product out, and then we are going to get into curling. So this part is self-explanatory too. I'm just taking the flat iron with the hair into sections to press it out and give it a curl and bump at the end. Now I'm going to take a small makeup brush that is slanted and define the part more with this cream foundation. Don't know what brand this is, so just know that it is a cream foundation. You can find this kind of stuff at your local beauty supply store. You don't have to use exactly what I use because it's really not that fancy. Nothing to recommend. Lastly, I added bio silk oil to the hair to create more shine to the hair. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is the end of the tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed the same way I enjoyed filming it for you guys. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one.